I'd like to tell you about a deceptively simple but extraordinarily powerful tool that's called the 478 breathing exercise. Now, I first learned about this exercise from Dr. Andrew Weil many years ago. I had a set of cassette tapes that he produced called Breathing the Master Key to Self-Healing. And I listened to those tapes over and over again. This was way back in the 90s. And those tapes really were my first introduction to the power of the autonomic nervous system and the way that the breath could be used as a tool for influencing the activity of the autonomic nervous system. And that is insight that I have used just over and over again in my both personal as well as my professional life. But anyway, I just want to tell you about this breathing exercise because it's really easy and it really is just extraordinarily powerful at the same time. So, things that it does, this breathing exercise, it quiets the fight or flight response. It activates the rest and digest response. It regulates cortisol and nitric oxide, which are substances that play an extraordinarily diverse number of roles in the body and can be out of balance under a number of different circumstances. This technique helps to regulate and balance the secretion and metabolism of both cortisol and nitric oxide. And in so doing, it helps to reduce pain signaling. It helps to enhance sleep. It decreases inflammation. It reduces anxiety. Dr. Weil talks a lot in his work about the fact that in his opinion, the 478 breathing exercise is the most powerful anti-anxiety tool we have available to us, and more powerful, more effective than even anti-anxiety medications. And then the other thing that I have definitely found in my own personal experience is that it also really improves cognitive function as well. And so ways in which I use the 478 breathing exercise in my life and recommend to my patients that they use it. It can be used anytime that you perceive that you're stressed and you want to create a little bit of a space between stimulus and response. It can be used to just kind of reset your system before you react when you're stressed. It's very useful when you're having a hard time sleeping. It helps to quiet cravings. I find that it is a very useful kind of emotional reset button. It's useful for transitioning from one part of my day to the next. So when I'm wanting to collect myself at the beginning of the day to focus on my work, or if I'm wanting to kind of conclude my work day and transition to home, the 478 breathing exercise is helpful for that. It's very helpful when you're in pain. As I said a moment ago, helps to regulate the secretion and the metabolism of cortisol and nitric oxide, which are definitely play significant roles in the pain signaling system and help to quiet the pain signaling system down. The 478 breathing exercise is also a really useful prelude to meditation. It just kind of, in just a few short moments, brings your body into a state of calm focus. So it's a really good place to start when you want to meditate. Now, one thing about this breathing exercise is that it has both immediate benefits, benefits that you're going to perceive after having done the exercise a single time, but that it also has benefits that accumulate over time. It's sort of like exercising or eating well in that it brings about changes in your body and in your mind that are beneficial, and you really only appreciate the full significance of these changes after a few months of doing this exercise on a daily basis. Dr. Weil recommends doing it twice a day at least. Okay, so just the technical how-tos of the 4-7-8 breathing exercise. While we're breathing in this exercise, we're going to place the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, on that kind of hard, bony ridge of tissue that's just behind your front teeth. And we are going to be exhaling through the mouth. And in order to exhale through the mouth with the tongue in that position, we have to sort of exhale around the tongue. And so that is going to be kind of a noisy exhalation. We are going to then be inhaling through the nose quietly. We're going to be doing 4 breath cycles only. Now, Dr. Weil says that after you've been doing this exercise twice a day, every day, for at least a month, that you can start doing 8 breath cycles at a time, but you would never do more than the maximum of 8. And I really do want you to just start out with 4 and get to the point where you're really able to do those 4 breath cycles very well, and that you feel very comfortable with and confident with this exercise. This is not something where we need to be pushing to do more. Now, at least twice a day, more is better. This is something that although you just do 4 breath cycles at a time, you're more than welcome to do it 10 times a day if you need to, on days that you're feeling particularly stressed or poorly physically. Is certainly this exercise will bring you a lot of calm and a lot of centeredness that will be very helpful. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to note, when we talk specifically about the exhalation in this exercise, the 4 is the 4-7-8 is a ratio of inhalation, holding the breath, and then exhalation. So we are going to be exhaling for twice as long as we're inhaling. And so that means that you need to be a little bit paced in your exhalation. If you blow out all of your air in a big puff at the beginning of the 8 count, then you're going to run out of air and it's going to be uncomfortable. So just take note of the fact that you need to exhale in a kind of measured and deliberate way. Okay? So I just want to take you through this exercise so that you can get a sense of what it feels like, what it sounds like, and then I'm sure you'll find it very easy and will be able to do it on your own. Okay? So the first step is going to be to just exhale the entire contents of the lungs in preparation for our first inhalation. So put the tip of your tongue at the roof of your mouth, and then we're going to exhale around your tongue to make sort of a whooshing sound. It's going to be a noisy exhalation. So it'll sound something like this. Okay? All right, so let's give this a try. Here we go. Okay, so that was our 4 breath cycles of the 4-7-8 breathing. Most people, after they've done the 4 breath cycles, feel very relaxed, calm, feel very pleasant. So I hope you'll keep that feeling, take that feeling into the rest of your day, and do this exercise on a regular basis. If you do, I promise you will see some really far-reaching and profound, both physical as well as emotional benefits. So thank you for being here, and good luck with the 4-7-8 breathing exercise.